into my house. What does he do? He goes straight to Abdullah bin Ziyad, takes a bag of dirhams, and he tells him, he gives away the location.
Judas Iscariot.
So, brother, why are they?
I understood actually. Look, Chef, I accept that. You're actually right about that. But they did betray him in Kufa. But where was the enemy coming from? Where was the
enemies? The enemies. Do you think if Hussein radiallahu an was in Medina or Makkah, do you think he would have been killed like that? Wallahi, not a Sahabi would live. Not a Sahabi or not one of their children would live. Not in over their dead bodies. Anyone would reach Hussein and his family over the dead bodies. Because look, they were because they had no idea Hussein radiallahu an is going to Kufa. They had no idea what's going to happen there. They tried to dissuade him. They told him, Hussein, don't go. But Hussein radiallahu an, he would Ibn Abbas, Abdullah bin Umar, Abdullah bin Zubair, all of them, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Okay. Hussein would, radiallahu an, he would take out letters. He would say, look, these people are Shia. They are calling us. And Shia then doesn't mean these Rafida.
No.
Okay, the Shia means group. Our people, our followers, our devotees, our supporters. Okay, they are calling upon us to come and help them. So how can I? So they know the Kufans are liars. They know Kufans are betrayers, but not to this extent. They could not imagine that this will happen to Hussein radiallahu anhu. If Hussein was anywhere near Medina or Makkah, even Damascus, I believe he would never been killed. He was only killed in this way because he was close to Kufa.
Sheikh, you're a historian, right?
Yeah.
So you study like warfare a little bit, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
So look, from let's say from a secular point of view,
yeah.
If a non-Muslim is looking into it,
yeah.
Hussein is in let's say Medina or Mecca,
yeah.
above the Haramain.
Yeah.
He knows now, and the people in charge, we have to look at after the fact as well.
Yeah.
So the people in charge, the Umayyads, they know that the man who can challenge us, he's in Medina. He's amongst his people.
Yeah.
No trouble for us.
We're not going to touch him.
So the trouble comes is when he leaves Medina. He knew this.
Yeah.
Politically, I am safe.
But
when I leave, I am in trouble.
But this is an interesting theory, but not necessarily true.
Yeah, I agree.
Not necessarily true. So even Hussein, when he left Mecca for Kufa, he's not going there to fight. They should not have, just like Imam Zain al-Abidin, and they should have stayed away from politics. They should have stayed away from politics and focus on spreading the deen of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we believe they had great intentions. They had great intentions, right? But it harmed the Ahlul Bayt immensely. Okay, not because people went after killing them. No. They were advised, ill-advised by some of them. You can say well-wishers or bad wishers. Okay, they were just like Hussein. What happened to Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu? Kufans, come, please come. And what happens when he comes? They kill him, right?
Ali gave a good response.
So this happened to Ahlul Bayt repeatedly. This happened to Ahlul Bayt repeatedly when they believed their followers and they thought that, okay, we have a chance now.
Point?
Yeah.
Irrelevant, because obviously what you're saying from sources.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from hearsay. I read some Wikipedia, some YouTube. Just clarifying.
Yeah.
So just one question.
Yeah.
If you were alive at that time,
Yeah.
and you were called for jihad,
Yeah. Against who?
at the time of Ali, Muawiyah, Yazid, Hassan, Hussein, who's
Called for jihad against who though?
If Ali gave the call for jihad, he said come, and Muawiyah.
Jihad against the kuffar?
Okay, let's not say jihad.
Against the Romans, the Byzantines?
No, against in the fitna.
No, this is not jihad. Fitna is not jihad fi sabilillah. This is why majority of the Sahaba abstained from it. It was called al-fitnatul kubra. It was called the greatest trial because they are confused. What is going on? Here we have brothers, there we have brothers, right? So when you get involved in a fight of brothers, you're going to end up fighting on one side. So better abstain.
There is a hadith.
I would.
Told you which side is the correct one.
Sorry?
The one side, the bad, the unjust side.
This is in hindsight. In hindsight, brother. Okay, later on we realized, we know, even at that time, Muawiyah radiallahu anh, he believed he was right. Why don't you give me the killers of Uthman? What's the problem? I want the killers of Uthman. And then Ali is saying, no, let me consolidate my power. We will punish the killers of Uthman. Muawiyah is saying, no, there is something going on. Sorry, because there were people who killed Uthman in the army of Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anh. Okay, so this is why it was called al-fitnatul kubra. There was lack of trust on both sides. Muawiyah did not trust Ali radiallahu anh wrongfully, and Ali did not trust Muawiyah. Okay, so this is fitna. The killing of Uthman radiallahu anh opened the door to fitna. And you can't, it's not as simple as me and you talking in London today on the 8th of June 2025, talking about this and saying, oh, what side would you have taken? No side. May Allah protect. Just like...
If I told you, sir, is it a wrong answer if I said, without even a hesitation, if I saw Ali in the army, I'm in the army? Without even hesitation, okay.
No, absolutely. It depends. It depends.
After the death of Muhammad.
If Ali radiallahu anh is fighting the Muslims, okay, why is he killing Muslims? And Ali is saying they are Muslims. So you would rather be on the safe grounds. Okay? But I don't see the halo around the head of Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anh. I don't see him as a divine figure like the Shias do. I see him as a human being. As a human being who can make wrong decisions, he can make mistakes. Shias think this is kufr to say this. We don't.
He's part of the Khulafa Rashid.
You make
Yes.
more mistakes than Ali. You make less mistakes than Ali. Only the ones who are already gone before him.
Yeah. No, nothing. Seriously, yeah. Meri policy hai, I'm not drinking anything here.
So in the question of him versus Muawiyah, versus his...
So when Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, when they're alive, then now there's a hierarchy. Like, look, it's these are the Khulafa, let them decide amongst themselves.
Yeah.
But now Abu Bakr has been taken, Umar has been taken, Uthman has been taken. Now who has more rights to be followed and who has more rights to make less mistakes than anyone? He's the Imam of the time.
Listen, Sahaba, they saw each other in a very different light than we do. We have information that came to us later and we see them in different light. When they were alive together, okay, they didn't see each other as divine figures with halos around their heads. Okay, this is more special and I'm less special. No, they saw each other as brothers. Okay, if Ali is my brother, so is the other guy. Okay, so they saw each other in equal light. They were not like Muawiyah when he was looking at Ali bin Abi Talib. He wasn't looking at divine figure. He wasn't looking at someone who's better than Ibrahim and Musa and Isa alayhim salam, like the Shias today believe that Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu is better than all prophets other than Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so this is a view that developed in Qum and Kufa later on. This view came from Qum. Even the people of Kufa didn't have audacity to come up with these kufriya beliefs, right? This happened in Qum. Okay, Qum, Iran. Yeah. So they could easily make mistakes, which they did. They made human errors. Okay, so
even today, like for example, if I had a question about Islam, I'm going to ask you, Shia. Maybe ask this.
no. But there are scholars out there. Why would you ask me? But I'm
I want to ask them now. Obviously, I'll come to you and ask. In that time, you said they were making, obviously they were doing ijtihad on their own.
Yeah.
You as a Muslim, you knew Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, you knew the hadith of Ahlul Kisa,
Yeah.
you knew the rank of
Yes.
Ali.
Yes.
Whose ijtihad would you follow? The ijtihad of Ali or the ijtihad of Muawiyah?
If an ijtihad guides me to go and kill Muslims, I wouldn't follow any ijtihad.
Say both of them.
I would abstain. Okay, there is an ijtihad that leads you to kill Muslims. Number one. There is a position where you don't have to do that. Which position is safer?
Of course, the one you don't. But let's just say.
So if you don't go and fight with Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anh in the Battle of Siffin, and where you end up killing Muslims, okay, which is a very dangerous option, okay, or there's the other option is to abstain.
But let's
Abstaining is a better option because you don't have to get into that.
Let's say, but in this, okay, let's just change the hypothetical. I am trying to test you a bit, Shia,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
No problem.
Given the right
No
answer.
problem. Yeah.
So in this hypothetical now, let's say the entire nation is being mobilized, and now you have to fight for one of them. You have to follow one of the ijtihad. The third option you made, which is the correct one, is to abstain, as most of the Sahaba did.
I would do exactly what Abdullah bin Amr bin As did. He was in the battlefield with his father Amr bin As, and he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight the battle. He was on Muawiyah's side with Amr bin As radiallahu anhu. Abdullah bin Amr bin As, okay, didn't want to fight in the battle of Siffin. He didn't want any part of it. He was only there to be with his father. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ specifically told him, be with your father. So he's in a situation now, the Prophet's hukam, be with your father. And now the other consequences, he didn't fight. So he knew his limits. He was just there. Didn't fight. Didn't lift a sword against another Muslim. So you can choose the safer option. Okay? Those people nowadays who say, oh, we would be fighting against Muawiyah with Ali. Consequences, you're killing Muslims. And then they're praying janazah.
Abstaining is the best option, but wallahi, Shaykh, I have to be honest, I don't want to lie in front of you. My position is still, if I was alive at that time, I would be in the army.
Okay, that's your lack of ilm.
Maybe.
That's your lack of. An imam later on was asked. An imam, I think it was Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal or one of the great imams. He was asked, "What do you think about the fitna between Muawiyah and Ali?" He said, "Allah has saved our swords from that fitna, and we will now save our tongues from that fitna." So they were thanking Allah that they were not in that position where they have to take a side. They were thanking Allah that Allah did not put them in that. Why would you're living here today in London, walking around, mashallah, tabarakallah, yeah? Why would you even think about that? You should be thanking, Ya Allah, thank you that you didn't put me in that situation where I have to take a side between the two.
It's a bit of a rabbit hole.
No.
I told you, the friends know, it's a bit of an emotional topic. It is.
No, it's not.
For me,
it's been propaganda, lies, false stories, all jumbled up with truth. You know, when you make a milkshake, yeah, you put strawberries, you put avocado, you put let's say if you want to make a good like a good murakkab, cucumbers, spinach, and then you put some urine in there. Yeah, some urine. Even 3-4 drops. What do you do with the milkshake? So this is what the Shia muammams, the scholars, do. They put avocado, strawberry, milk, sugar, gur, ganna. Ganna is like sugar cane, yeah. And then they put cucumbers and they put urine in there. 2-3 drops of urine of shirk and lies. They put in there and they make, drink. NASIBI, drink. Hater of the Ahlul Bayt, drink. No. What we do is, now we undo the milkshake. we take out the urine, we do the chemical experiments, okay? We take out the urine as much as we can. We take out the avocados and then we start, then what we do as Ahlul Sunnah, that's strawberry, that's avocado, this is milk, this is sugar, and this is urine. Okay, this is what we're doing right now. Okay, so these emotions that have been riled up. Okay, yeah.
Look, despite who did it, whether it was the faction of Umayyah or whether it was the Kufans themselves, we can at least agree that the death of Hussein and the way he died was a tragedy.
Of course, and why was it caused? The Shia to Ali from Kufa.
No, that's a historical thing, and you're right. You gave me a lot of things that I need to go read back on.
Yeah. Please check.
But we can at least agree that his death and what happened to
it was one of the greatest calamities in the history of Islam. But greater was the calamity of killing of Ali. Greater than the killing of Hussein. Okay, Hussein fought like a lion. Hussein was fighting. Okay, Hussein didn't die like Usman. Usman radiallahu anhu was killed in a very, very difficult circumstances. Yeah, that was a greater calamity. Okay, the greatest calamity was the killing of Umar radiallahu anhu, who took land from Persians and the Romans. Okay, the Shias, the ones who are cursing them, have not taken an inch of land. Ever, never an inch. They talk about Muawiyah this, Muawiyah that. You know how much land Muawiyah took? Muawiyah took land as far as Pakistan, Balochistan, Sijistan. Muawiyah took, and he took Cyprus. He took territory from the Romans. So how can you have the audacity to talk about people who took so much land for takbirs, for tawheed, for sujood, for Quran, where the Quran was being read, and you're telling us that these people, you want us to follow these people, the smoking Muammams? You want us to follow them? You want us to follow these people whose religion is taqiyya? You know why they never took land? Because jihad is haram in their religion. Jihad fi sabilillah is haram in the Shia religion, 12 religion, 12 because only Mahdi can do it. Okay? So when the Muslims are taking territory from the Romans and the Persians, if they existed, first of all, they didn't even exist at that time. But later on, they were saying, no, we don't. This is not for us. Even Allah Yari, he said it. The champion, the Rafidi 12 champion nowadays, he said it. He said it on screen that for us it's haram. Jihad, the concept of jihad is haram. Just like Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. You know, he wrote a book dedicated to King Edward. Yeah. So may Allah open the eyes and the hearts and the minds of the Shia youngsters, brothers and sisters. We have nothing against you, wallahi, nothing but sympathy and compassion and mercy. With a lot of compassion and mercy and goodwill, we are reaching out to you. Your Muammams, they have other agendas, they have other reasons, they cannot follow what we are saying. They have other reasons. They have very, very strong reasons that they cannot follow what we are saying. You have no horse in the race, as they say. You just need to follow the truth. I think we should end. Yeah.
There are two theories.
Yeah.
Some ulama say the Shia are non-Muslim. Some say they are Muslim. Because the Shias, they don't follow the Khulafai Rashidin, they don't believe in that.
No, not because of that. Because of the beliefs. Those who say that the 12 Shias are disbelievers, they say it because of the beliefs. Because of the beliefs. Even the laymen. There are scholars who say, this entire religion is kufr. Okay, because of the shirk. Wilayat al-Taqweeniya, the imams have power over the universe. They own power, tafweed. You know, the independent power that has been given to them by Allah. But again, they have in themselves, they have the power to do whatever they want. Okay? And the Quran is changed, it is muharraf. And the other things like insulting of Aisha radiallahu anha, who is defended in the Quran. Okay?
Are they considered as proper Muslim, or are they not considered as Muslim?
Sorry?
Are they considered as Muslim?
To some they are not. To some they are. The lay people. The lay people are Muslims, and the scholars are disbelievers. So to some scholars, they have this view. Okay. So we don't treat all of them the same way. Okay. There are there are deliberate liars, corruptors and manipulators. They are kuffar. Those who know all of this what we discussed, and they still insist on collecting money from their gullible followers. Okay, those you will see shedding crocodile tears on the members. Okay, those guys. But then there are sincere awam who actually genuinely think that this is the truth, but it's not the truth, unfortunately, because they don't study. People, the masses don't study. So some scholars, they give them udhr bil jahl, excuse of ignorance. So they say no, they are just misguided. Okay, so thank you very much for listening.
One last question, Shia.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Zaydi Shia? Are
They are Muslims. They are Muslims. They are close to. They don't have the Itna Ashariya belief. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
मैं लौट से आया सिर्फ आपको सलाम करने के लिए।
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। इतनी दूर से सलाम करने आया आप।
मैं
सलाम आपने मुझे ऑनलाइन
3-4 बजे मैं फजर के टाइम में आपका लेक्चर सुनूंगा।
अच्छा।